I love New Year's resolutions. It's a great time of the year, the first of the year where you get to set a goal of things that you're going to do differently or things you're going to whatever, so I love New Year's resolutions. What I don't love about them is when we set these like unrealistic goals or unrealistic expectations or resolutions of things we're going to stop doing when we had a struggle the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years doing them. And so on the podcast today, I really want to talk about New Year's resolutions and some tips that you can put into your life so that you can accomplish them. Welcome back to another episode of the Keenya Kelly podcast. I am so excited you're here. You're either listening to this on the podcast or you are watching this on YouTube. Either way, you can listen to this on all the podcast players under Keenya Kelly podcast. And then you can watch this on YouTube if you just search Keenya Kelly. Either way, we want you to get me everywhere. I want to be everywhere like Jesus, omnipresent. Okay. And so I'm so excited to be here and I'm so excited that it's the new year. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. So we're talking about New Year's resolutions and are New Year's resolutions smart? Well, my answer to that is yes, but also maybe, because when I think about saying that, yes, it's smart, I think anytime you're trying to set a goal, anytime you're trying to do something different, you're trying to enhance the quality of your life or whatever, I think it's always a good thing. I don't think it's a good thing when you set these unrealistic New Year's resolutions, right? You've been smoking a pack a day of cigarettes for 20 years and you're like, I'm going to quit smoking in January. That's a pretty big goal considering that your body may be addicted to nicotine, right? I think a more realistic expectation, a realistic goal would be, I am going to quit smoking this year and I'm going to start with, instead of smoking an entire pack of day, I'm going to go down to 20 cigarettes in January. And then I'm going to go down to 10. And then I'm go down to 5. And then as you're setting these goals, you're also putting other things in place. For example, you used to smoke a pack a day, right? And now you're going, okay, how do I make sure I get my fix or whatever? Now you may get a patch. Or you may get the gum, or you got both, right? And you're finding yourself chewing more and smoking less. And next thing you know, you look at the end of the day, there's still 6 cigarettes in the pack. Well, that's huge because you normally would have smoked all 6 of those. And then you're just introducing these little things. And by the time December gets here, you're like, I don't even feel like smoking anymore. Does that make sense? And so it's like someone who says, I'm going to lose 100 pounds this year. 100 pounds is amazing. And that's awesome. But it's like, okay, what is it that I can put in place to help me lose 100 pounds this year? Now, it's not just joining the gym, although I think you should join the gym. It is you actually learning about food and nutrition, learning about like, okay, I normally don't have any green foods at all or even buy them. Let me start by actually buying green foods and let me start by getting recipes on how to make great broccoli, how to make great quinoa or whatever it is so that you can get your grains, greens, and all that type of stuff in. So again, I absolutely love New Year's resolutions. I love that people set them. I think it's great. You know what I mean? It always upsets me when people at the gym complain about somebody being on their favorite treadmill. I'm like, so you're telling me that you want your favorite treadmill, but you can't support this person who has decided to come to the gym for the first time in their lives. You should be encouraging them and supporting them versus being mad that your favorite class is full or your favorite treadmill is whatever. It's like, get over yourself. I can't stand that. I can't stand those posts on social media. I'm just like, because it's like, it's very selfish, self-centered, and it's just inconsiderate. You know what I mean? Anyway, I could go on a whole tangent about all that, but we won't. I digress. But my short answer to this is, do I think that New Year's resolutions are smart? I absolutely do. I just don't think that it is smart to set unrealistic goals. Like if you didn't lose 1 pound last year, why don't we go for 30 this year? Why don't we do something like that? Okay. Why don't we go for like, I may not lose 30 pounds this year, but what I do want to do is I want to eat more green foods with my meals. Because like for me, I remember many years ago, I was super fit. I mean, I was so fit. I was running in the snow, push-ups in the snow. I mean, all the things. Like I was killing it, And then one day I was running and I hurt my knee. And so I never got back into it because I just got hurt and it was just painful and all the things. So then I went to divorce, lost a bunch of weight, gained a bunch of weight and all that. And then I developed this like nerve condition, which we're working on right now. And it just made my muscles kind of weak. And so to lift weights was such a oh my God, very painful. And even to walk for like a brisk walk to get exercise in was painful because my arms and all that, shoulders and stuff move. But, a year ago, I said to myself, I'd rather be in pain and also moving my body. Or what if moving my body will cause me to actually have less pain? I decided that I would start going to the gym at my apartment complex. I came down to the gym one day and I was just looking at the treadmill like, oh my God, this is going to be so painful. My body's going to hurt so much and all the things. And I got on the treadmill and it did hurt. After 2 minutes, it was hurting. And I wanted to stop. And I had to just push myself to go to 10 minutes, just to walk 10 minutes, not fast, not at an incline, just in general. And I did 10 minutes and then I got off. And I kept doing that for a little while. And all I had was 10 minutes. And so then I said, all right, I'm ready to try to do 20. And so then I just started like getting myself to 20 minutes on the treadmill. Then I switched to the elliptical machine because I wanted to be able to move my shoulders and my arms and all that too, because the whole body in motion stays in motion. So I started doing 10 minutes on the elliptical. And then it was 20 minutes on the elliptical. And then finally I said, okay, I'm gonna go back to the treadmill and I'm gonna focus on doing 20 minutes and then an incline of 0.5. And this has been like a whole process, right? I also had my mind that was just like, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna be painful. I had all the things that was going on, and I just kept going. And so now I'm at 30 minutes on the treadmill, a little bit faster at an incline of 1, not 0.5. And then I said, okay, now I've got to get back to lifting weights because I'm not getting any younger and our bodies need muscle and all that type of stuff. And so I said, all right, I cannot go back to the way I used to lift weights. I've got to start small. And so the first day I grabbed 5-pound weights and was like, oh no, this is too heavy. And so then I grabbed 2.5 and I said, all right, we're going to do my, some simple exercises with my arms and do that. It hurt. It was painful, but I said, we're going to just keep going. And so then I just kept going and kept going. I'm still only at 2.5, but I'm doing a little bit more and pushing myself a little bit more. And so I'm not necessarily saying to myself, I want the arms that I had when I was 25. I'm like, I am working on adding these things to my life to make my life better, to ultimately get me to my goal of X amount of pounds lost. That is helping me to not beat myself up when I'm not doing whatever, when I'm not looking like whatever. And so the same thing goes for you, that if you're setting New Year's resolutions, I want you to, you can go for big ones, but you got to put a plan in place. Otherwise, it's just unrealistic, it's unattainable. And you're looking at that like you think you can do it, but like on the inside, you're screaming like, there's no way I'm going to do that. And that's not what I want for you. Okay. So this is a short episode talking about New Year's resolutions, but also if you guys did not listen to the 10 things every entrepreneur needs to do in 2023, you need to go back and listen to that. I spent a lot of time on those podcast episodes, a lot of time on those videos, giving you all the things I think you should do in 2023 for your business. They're very, very short episodes. And so I want you to go back to that. But if you did watch or listen to them, I want to know what your thoughts are. Give us a 5-star review and then tell us what you thought of those when you do the review. But also, if you're here on YouTube, make sure that you comment under those videos, ask any questions and tell me what you liked. Okay. And so if you like this episode here today, then I want you to hit like on this video and subscribe. Be sure to share it with your friends. If you want to listen to the podcast, you can just find the Keenya Kelly podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, anywhere you can listen to podcasts.